Everything you have today, everything that comes to you, everything you experience, you are constantly creating it. Today, I really want to talk about how these four things, once these four things are in order, once you harmonize this energy, you can create anything and manifest anything you want. It just changes the things you attract to yourself and the way your world just evolve. You know, we are creators. We create our circumstances, our environment based on the way we think. Today, there's just so much negativity in the world. You listen to the news all day long, all this talk about the world coming to an end, the virus, how people should not congregate, everything negative. But we should not let this kinds of talks dominate our thinking, because man is a thinking being and we create our circumstances, our environment based on how we think. Earl Nightingale put it very well when he said in his talk, we become what we think about. So what you let dominate your thought and the way you think is eventually how you produce the results that you get in life. But before I go into it, invite family, friends, invite your neighbors to come listen to this podcast. God is good. Keep it positive. Think good, you attract good. Think positive, you attract positivity. Even great teachers have talked about things like this. Napoleon Hill talks about this. When you focus on how things will happen, that is fear speaking. When you should focus on what you want, the how is up to a divine being, the universe, the God of all creation. It's up to Him. When you want something, when you want a car, when you want a house, when you want money, when you want a job, when you want good friends, when you want a happy relationship, when you want peace in the family, whatever it is you want, all you need to be concerned about is keep your faith on what you want and everything will come into full existence. If God appeared right in front of you now and told you, here's everything you want, the way our minds operate right now, we will not even believe that. Even God Himself sitting next to you is telling you that. But the truth is, He wants us to have what we want, what we desire. When we doubt and have unbelief, you're saying that even though God is there, you're still investigating if that's the true being, that is God telling you that everything is going to be all right, that everything is going to be okay. So the highlight of this talk is that every human being is looking for peace, joy, love, and pleasantness. The way you can get this pleasantness and peace and love and joy is to be this. When you wake up every day, if your thoughts are like, I'm going to create a world around me that is pleasant, peaceful, joyful, and loving, that is what you will attract. The thing or the world you want to see, you be that world. You create it around you. You be the thing first. One other speaker said, what we see in life is ourselves pushed out. What we see in everybody that we interact with or that we deal with on a daily basis is ourselves pushed out. So anybody, if you think somebody is being mean, is because that's the mean version of you. If you think somebody is being loving, that's the loving version of you. If someone is being difficult, that's the difficult version of you. So you be that loving, peaceful, joyful, pleasant person. When you wake up every day, and that is your mindset, that is the world you create around you, and that is the whole goal in life. When you know what you want and you have what you want, it means you are happy, right? The reason why you're not happy now or sometimes is because you think that life is not happening the way you want. So what we want to do is focus on what we want, because that's now what we attract. And once that what we want starts manifesting, it increases our joy and happiness. But everything starts with the mindset, how you think, because you have to create that world of peace and happiness and joy and pleasantness first, because that's what you push out. When you push this out, that's what comes back to you. So this is some very powerful teachings. I just wanted to share this, drop this kinds of thoughts, because life is good and God is good and things are getting better. Things will always get better, because once you affirm these things and you repeatedly affirm these things, that's what you create in your world. In rounding up, this is how Sadhguru summarized this whole thing. It says, if this pleasantness happens within our body, we call it health and pleasure. If it happens within our mind, we call this peace and joy. If it happens within our emotion, we call this love and compassion. If it happens in our energy, we call this blissfulness and ecstasy. This is just amazing. When we organize our minds, it means we're moving from a compulsive state of activity to a conscious state of activity. And then we are responsible for what we create. We're responsible for what we attract. We're responsible for everything because we are the creators. We create everything in our life. Everything you have today, everything that comes to you, everything you experience, you are constantly creating it. Earl Nightingale said it in another way. He said, every man is the creator of his world, but only the successful ones will admit that they are really the maker of their own world. They created everything in their lives. But we are constantly the ones creating everything in our lives. And once we take responsibility for this, that is maturity, that is growth. In thinking, in life, in manifesting, in becoming this evolved, peaceful, loving person that we should strive for. So create the world you want by being the thing you want to see. Every morning, have your mind set on creating an environment of love, peace, joy, and pleasantness. And once we do that, that's what you attract. All right, thank you very much for being a part of this podcast, for listening to this talk. My name is Ike Steele. God is good.